Blessings to all of you, and welcome to this Friday NIA experience here on Insight Timer. My name is Daniel Roquillo, and I'm always very grateful and honored to be able to share NIA wherever it is that I get to share it, and whenever it is that I get to share it. I'm always very grateful because NIA it means so lot to me, it means so much to me, and it has done so much good for me. So I'm thrilled that you are choosing to tune in to get a part of this experience. Whether you have been here before or if this is the first time, I welcome you. NIA is a movement form or movement art. It's a holistic movement art. NIA actually stands, the letters NIA actually stands for, I forgot, Neuromuscular Integrated Action. That's what it stands for, Neuromuscular Integrated Action. And whenever people ask me what that means, I always respond that I have no idea what it means. It involves the body, it involves changing the neurons and all of the body, allowing it to tap into the innate wholeness, innate health that is within every single one of us, allowing that to come forth. So NIA typically is a 60-minute routine in a sort of a group form with music. We oftentimes, or actually always, take our socks and shoes off, allowing our bodies and allowing our feet to get in touch with the ground. It is a mix. It's a beautiful mix of dance arts, like jazz dance, like Dunkin' dance, like modern dance, martial arts like Taekwondo, Tai Chi, and the third one would be what's up with my mind today? Aikido. And then we have healing arts such as yoga, Feldenkrais, and there's one more. So, but this is not a full routine. This is not a typical NIA experience, but this is a variation. What we're going to experience today is the 15-minute workout, which actually is a 7-minute workout. But as I enjoy this so much, I have doubled it. So we're going to spend 15 minutes going through a number of stages. So originally, this was a 5 stages workout. This was originally called the 5 stages, actually. And these 5 stages, they are the 5 stages that each and every single one of us go through and move through as we mature from being born onto this planet until adulthood. So the first step, or the first stage, would be the embryonic stage. You know, we're warm and cozy within the wombs of our mothers, all cradled and embraced by water. So that would be the first stage. The second stage would be creeping. When we get out, we are born, and we begin to feel that nudge, that pull within us to begin to move. We're no longer content just laying on our backs, staring up at the ceiling, or laying on our bellies, staring down at the floor, but we feel that nudge from within us to begin to move. So we move into creeping. The third stage would be when we begin to crawl. The fourth stage would be when we begin to learn how to stand up. And the last stage would be when we begin to walk. So these 5 stages, they're a natural course of any human being's evolution. And as we come back to doing these stages, and they have a miraculous effect. They may seem very simple, and they are very simple, but the effect that they have on our body's ability to heal itself, to correct itself, is amazing. It is amazing. And then, of course, in this workout, as this is based upon the 5 stages, there are a couple of more stages added onto these 5. But these 5 are the core of this workout. And so this is something that I do every single morning when I wake up. And I'm not, Nia is all the exercise I do nowadays. And I'm perhaps not as fast a runner as I used to be, or as cardiac fit as I used to be, but in terms of health and wholeness in my body, I am healthier than ever. I'm more free of pain than ever. I'm more free of aches and stiffness than ever. So Nia, and I've been doing Nia for 10 or 12 or even 13 years. So Nia is truly a holistic movement forward. Once again, I'm very happy to be able to share it with you. So welcome to all of you. We are about to move. The only requirements, actually there are a couple more things I want to say. There are 2 requirements for this workout that we're about to move into. The first one is that we're all able to get down on the floor and get up from the floor, because we're going to be moving up and down from the floor. So that's a prerequisite. The other requirement is that we have floor space, a space where we are free to move around. So a space freed from furniture, from obstructions. It can be a carpeted space like I have here. It can be a space flat on the floor or whatever, but it needs to be a free space. So these are the 2 requirements. And the slogan of Nia, coming back to how amazing Nia is, at least for me. I mean, we're all unique and different, so just because it's amazing for me doesn't mean that it has to be amazing for everyone. But the slogan of Nia is, through movement we find health. And when we talk about movement, this is not about pushing the body to extreme or pushing beyond the body's limits. But this is a very flowing and flowery kind of movement. So what we're all invited to do as we move into the exercise and the workout is to turn within and pay attention to what our bodies are saying to us. As we're all unique, as we're all different, I will be the facilitator, guiding us through these various stages. But the way I do the movements and the way I move through the stages does not have to be the way anyone else moves. But this is about us learning to listen, to tune in to our bodies, allowing them to guide and move and lead us. Because with the infinite intelligence that is within every single one of us, our unique bodies know exactly what they need, what it needs in order to find health, in order to release and let go of blockages and misuse and whatever we put them through. So this is about us tuning in, allowing the body to guide the way. So in this moment, unless any of you have any questions or comments, I invite us to begin. And I invite us to begin by standing up. And I also invite us, I'm going to take my slippers off, I invite us to take our socks and our shoes, if you have any on, to take them off. I'm going to take my sweater off. And the first stage, or the first movement, is to simply walk. And this is called awareness walk. And this is where we begin with the heel leading every step. This is where we begin to tune in to our bodies, allowing them, sensing the messages that they're sending us. So this is partly about us becoming aware of where there's stiffness, where there's blockages, where there is pain, but also to become aware of where there is health, where there's wholeness, where there's harmony. So as I move, and we want to move every joint that we can move, from the ankle joint, and actually the toes as well, allowing the toes to move a little bit, from the toes up to our head, and then back the other way. So every joint, our spine, our neck, our shoulders, our wrists, our fingers, our elbows, our knees, our hips, every joint, and just simply become aware, sense if there's pain anywhere, if there's stiffness anywhere. And I'm becoming aware of, as I have been lately, my body's shifting, it's healing. I'm healing from an old wound to the knee, and so my body is realigning itself, which has left it with a little bit of stiffness in my back and neck these last couple of weeks. So I'm aware of that. I'm aware slightly of my knee injury still, even though it's healing. And I'm also aware that other than those two, I'm free of stiffness. I'm free of blockages. I'm free from pain. So there's a lot of wholeness within me right now. So we gently become aware, preparing for the first stage of these 5 stages, which is the embryonic stage. So at this point, I invite us all to get down on the floor, and I'm gonna change the screen a little bit so that the floor becomes visible. So this is where we get down on the floor, and we begin in a way that feels comfortable to us. It can be an embryonic position like I'm finding myself in. It can be flat on our bellies, flat on our backs, arms spread out, or whatever. But just finding a comfortable position. Taking a couple of deep breaths, becoming still, and then tuning into the body. And now we begin to move. We begin to roll from side to side, from belly to side, to our backs, and over to our bellies. And back and forth, rocking, kind of like the ocean, like the waves. And this is not about us figuring out what to do. This is not about us thinking about how to move, but this is about us allowing the body to let us know how it wants to move. There can be small movements, detailed movements, and there can be extended movements, long movements. But every movement originates from within the body. So we're flowing like the ocean, like the waves rocking back and forth from side to side to side. Breathing gently. We can have our eyes open, we can have them closed. A little bit more. Getting ready for the second stage, which is creeping. So this is where we become like a lizard. So what we want to do is that we want to contract one side, make it short, and we want to make the other side long. And then we're going to switch, using our hands and our knees to pull ourselves forward. Not raising ourselves above the ground, but sliding on top of the ground, on top of the floor. Heads
We're actually eyes and head up, eyes forward, like a lizard, looking from side to side, being aware of what it sees, what it senses. And I invite us to become aware of our necks, our spine. How does that feel? Just simply place your awareness on the spine as it flows from side to side, as it curves, as it bends, as it moves. And we can stop for a moment, resting on our elbows, allowing one knee to be contracted and the other leg straight. And we can begin to look around, like that lizard laying on that hot rock, looking to the sides, up and down, allowing its head and neck and spine to move. And we can shift leg. So we extend the first leg and we contract the other, pulling our knees up as far as they go, and look around. And once again, become aware of the sweet sensation of flowy motion through the neck, through the spine, as we resume the creeping. Becoming the lizards, allowing the lizard spirit within us to emerge. As we begin to prepare for the third stage, which is crawling. So at this point, what we do is that we get up on our knees. And I forgot to say that, but it can be useful to use some kind of knee pads as we begin to crawl on our knees. Find whatever, give the body what it needs. That's where I'm going. So knee pads or some kind of shelters, or we can have pillows, or like I do, have a soft carpet or anything. But we begin, as we move into the crawling stage, to pretend that we're cats. And a cat, when it comes out of its slumber, it sort of arches his back up toward the ceiling. And we can relax, allowing our bellies to hang, allowing gravity to do its thing. And then we begin to crawl, like a bear, or like the cat. Softly, slowly, consciously. We move, eyes forward, head up, still looking from side to side. Being conscious about what we see. We can crawl forward, and we can crawl backwards. We can crawl in circles, or we can crawl straight, but allowing the nose to sort of point out the way. Directing our attention, becoming aware of the spine, of the neck, allowing it to move, allowing it to flow, allowing it to heal. Through movement, we find health. Through movement, we allow the intrinsic health, the inherent health, to emerge. Not through pushing, not through forcing, but through communicating lovingly with our bodies, giving them permission to guide and lead and move us into the movement. Getting ready to move into the next stage, which is about standing up. So at this point, I invite you to become still, and sort of spread your knees wide, And tuck your toes underneath your feet, and then using the hands to come into standing. And here at this stage, once again, this is about our body's weight. So if I'm having difficulty standing on my own, I can bring out a chair or a table. I can lean onto a table, and I can use that for stabilization. I can use the table, I can assist, I can rest on the table to help me retain my balance. But what we do is that as we're standing, we're going to begin rocking, moving from side to side, allowing one foot to have its heel pointed towards the ceiling, while the other foot is firmly planted on the ground. And then we move over, switching from foot to foot. I can use my hands to help with the balancing, or I can allow the body to balance by itself. And as we're moving, flowing, rocking from side to side, I invite us to allow the hands to begin to move like a willow tree swaying in the wind. No particular movement pattern, simply moving. Behind the body, above our heads, down below, in front of us. And as we in this session are turning our conscious attention toward our neck and spine, I invite us to observe, to have our eyes follow our hands in the movements. So to give the neck a chance to move and to find help. Moving back and forth. Allowing the body to guide its way, to find its way. Side to side, using our hands for balance if needed, using a chair or something to lean onto if needed. No judgment, no right or wrong, just our unique bodies and their unique ways of moving, their unique range of motion, movability, flexibility. A little bit more, a moment longer. Allowing the branches of that willow tree to move with the wind, flow up and down from side to side. Coming back to center. If possible, planting our feet on the ground, using our heels to push up as we come into walking. Our first walk was an awareness walk. This is the gratitude walk. So this is where we begin to pay attention to the healing that has happened, to the release that has happened, the increased range of motion, the increased sense of vitality. And so I'm grateful for a release in my neck, a relief of stiffness. I'm grateful for the healing that is taking place in my knee. I'm grateful that I am able to move my arms and my fingers. I'm grateful that I get to smile, that I have the ability to smile. I'm grateful that my feet senses the carpet and the floor. I'm grateful to hear the rain. It has nothing to do with my body, but I'm still grateful that I have the ears to hear the rain. I'm grateful that my body has the ability to breathe, to circulate the
the blood and the oxygen. I can move my shoulders. Gratitude. Love showering our bodies with gratitude for the loyal companions that they are. Preparing to move into the next stage, which is getting up and down from the floor. So what we do, flip this down a little bit. So what we do is that we find a way, our way of coming down to the floor and then getting up. And down and up. So we can get down on our bellies, our sides, our back. We can twist, we can roll. Just simply flowing from the floor, from lying down into standing, and flowing from standing into lying down. Once again, this is not about pushing the limits of the body, but this is about allowing the body to find health through joy, through consciousness, through allowing. So up and down. And if you happen to be very athletic, you can speed it up a little bit, increasing the speed if that feels right for you. Perhaps increasing the range of motion, or we can do it very slowly, like the slow, gentle tides and waves coming in at night, and a night with no breeze, with no wind, just flowing in our body's unique way. And as we get ourselves ready for the last stage, we want to come down to the floor on our bellies, head rested on our hands. And now let's invite beautiful Buddha laughter from within us to well up. Just move into laughing. and we don't have to have anything to laugh about, but we can still allow the laughter to bubble up. Continuing to laugh, let's flip over to our backs, allowing the laughter to continue. And if this is causing the experience of being embarrassed or giving rise to sensations of being inhibited, this is the time to release that and allow the laughter to continue to bubble up. As we're sitting up, we continue to laugh. And then coming into standing, continuing that laugh to bubble up. We can allow the laughter to sort of fade away. We can stay with our smile. I invite us to put our hands over our hearts. Once again, coming back to gratitude for the health. We can come into standing still, perhaps swaying back and forth. And we can have our hands on top of our hearts, or we can sort of hug ourselves. So we gently rock back and forth, showering the body with gratitude for the healing that it has allowed to happen, for the release of tension that it has allowed to happen, for the release of blockages that it has allowed to happen, for the increased range of motion and flexibility, movability that it has allowed to happen. And let's give thanks for its ability to breathe, digest the food, to function, to allow us to carry out our missions, our tasks, our purpose, allowing us to move through this world as increasingly shining and glowing expressions of the divine. Let's just give thanks. Thank you, body. And that, my dear friends, my brothers and sisters, that was it. We have now concluded the 15-minute workout. Perhaps it was 20 minutes today, I'm not quite sure, and it doesn't really matter. What matters is that we did it, that we went through it, that we gave the body this space to allow for healing to happen. So if any of you have any questions or comments, now would be a good time before we end and come out of this space. If not, I'm so grateful that you chose to join me, that you chose to participate, and I invite you to come back next Friday for another Nia experience, or next Monday for another live. And Nikki says, hi, first time I can do. I'm glad, Nikki. Beautiful. So how was it, Nikki? It was great. Yay. Judith says that was awesome. Well, as I said, Fridays are this Nia experience, and then I have a couple of other lives that are not about movement, but that are about moving into alignment with the good of life on Mondays and Wednesdays. So it's the Path to Freedom on Mondays, and then it's the Art of Manifestation on Wednesdays. So you're more than welcome to tune in then. And so thank you so much. If this resonated with you, if you liked being in this space, I have two asks. First of all, that you share upcoming events, share this experience with anyone you feel may benefit from coming into this space, from being here with us, from joining us, and that you invite. So give and share and invite those that you sense will have a good time here. And second of all, I ask that if this resonated with your heart and soul, for your financial contribution. Any donation, no matter the size, contributes to allowing these spaces, these events to expand. So if this resonated with you, that's my invitation, and that's my ask. It's no obligation, obviously, but if you feel inspired and compelled to, I graciously and I gratefully accept whatever contribution, not only financially. So thank you so much to all of you who are here, and I hope to see you soon. But thank you, Nikki. That'll be great. Until we do meet again, until the next time, I absolutely bless every single one of our days and every single one of our days, knowing and feeling that the wholeness that has now begun, that the healing that has now begun will continue. eternally, as long as we stay with the intention to allow for wholeness and health to emerge. So much love to you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye and namaste.